What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you, All Pro Football 2K Madden 20. Before I get into this video, listen, I'm sorry to anybody that works on this game. Probably the hardest I've ever been on Madden, but I'm more sorry to the people that have to play this game, because it is borderline grade school level programming that I'm going to talk about here. Now, I had somebody in the comment section the other day tell me that it's not fair for me to show All Pro Football 2K pass blocking because Clint Oldenburg said in Madden 20, pass blocking on play actions is legacy code, which means it's more than 10 years old, and since he hasn't had time to address it, it's not fair to bring it up. So we'll not bring that up. We're not going to bring up this wobbly pass with the wide receiver adjustment either. I know some people will bring up this shifting and warping, which we've talked about in the past is okay. It happens in Madden. It happens in every game. But what I do want to talk about is what happens right here, because I don't see it in Madden, and I know it was in All Pro Football, and I know it was in Backbreaker. And even if you don't believe that this receiver is extending the ball across the goal line, you should be able to understand that since this game came out on a prior console, this game here, Madden 20, should have evolved. EA should have created and adapted a way for players to understand where the end zone is. This is tons of animations playing out, but not one of them has Antonio Brown, one of the best receivers, the poster boy on the game last year, knowing that he has to extend the ball to score a touchdown. It's the equivalent of a basketball game that has no net, a race car game that has no start-finish line. Antonio Brown does not know how to get the ball across the goal line to score. He doesn't even make an attempt. Now let's take a look at what happens when he does score. I want to break this down as simplistically as possible. There's three players here to defend the goal line. Not Antonio Brown, but the goal line. If we want to assign them tasks, let's say this linebacker, he's going to defend the pass. We're going to say this corner, he's going to defend Antonio Brown. He's just going to protect the receiver and guard him. And let's say this safety, as the name implies, he's going to be the last line of defense and just protect the goal line. Now I want you to watch what happens in just about 2 or 3 frames. All three of these players either did not move or moved backwards and gave the entire outside of the field to Antonio Brown. The linebacker, though, could still try to defend a pass if he moves, but he doesn't. He runs in line. Now, I know some of you don't know a lot about football because all you know is Madden. Let's play a little game, though. Let's take this safety away from where he is and move him here. Do you think he could maybe prevent a touchdown if he had moved down just a little bit to protect the goal line? Probably so. Instead, he literally gets to walk in scot-free around 3 defenders into the end zone. This is not simulation football. This isn't even football. It's defenders that don't know to protect the goal line. It's a receiver that doesn't know where the goal line is. And even if you don't want to believe me that other games in the past had this, there's no excuse that EA hasn't found a way to develop into their game with Madden 2020. And not only that, with one of the best receivers in the game, all the X factors, all the superstar attributes aside, the player still does not know where the end zone is, and the defenders still don't know where the end zone starts. And if you don't see a problem in a game that thinks that way, then I don't know how to explain to you why Madden needs to get better. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. I will be back in the week with more commentary.